Hello everyone, this is Chris with South Bay Tech Gurus giving you free content off schedule on a what is today, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, normally Wednesday at 10 a.m., Thursday or Friday at 10 a.m. So we are here with
Cassidy
with her we're updating Apple. The software was 2 out of date. So she had High Sierra, we're putting Monterey on it, so her latest version of 365 can work correctly. So we got another 10 minutes and hopefully everything will work afterwards. So we're just having a technical conversation. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is hurry up and wait. Once this happens, everything should be seamless. We're also made sure that we're cloud backed up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also recommend spending $50 on a USB hard drive. And if you really want to be diligent about backing up, have a second drive that's not always plugged in.
Yeah.
So that way, if you were to get a virus, the virus isn't necessarily going to save you, because if it's plugged in, the data that's plugged in could theoretically be affected. So the best thing to do would be to have one that's available that's not plugged in all the time.
Where do you buy those?
Best Buy or Amazon. They're $50 for like a terabyte.
Best Buy closed. Did you see that?
Yeah. So the next one closed. Yeah, the El Segundo one is closed now.
Yeah. Why did that happen? Do you know?
I think it was just a lease failure.
I was surprised by the holidays.
Yeah, well, especially since Fry's Electronic closed a year earlier.
Yeah.
So now the next closest Fry's is in Hawthorne.
Yeah.
And then the next closest one is in Torrance on PCH, which has been there probably the longest.
So you can just go in there and buy, what's it called again?
The USB hard drive. It's about the size of a
drive.
guy's wallet.
Okay.
You can get these really expensive, really huge ones for like the size, not literally the size of a shoebox, but they're a lot bigger than the ones that are guy's wallet sized. What's this asking here? Hit back. Get rid of that. Now click this here. Let's do this. I'm going to do, so if anything ever gets stuck, it's all right. Go to Activity Monitor. Just type there.
Here?
Yes. Just type the word activity. Yeah, there you are. So let's see what's crashed. We want to close that window. Where is it? So close Word.
How do you do that?
Click it. And then click the that X on the far left.
Quit?
Yes. There. So if anything ever got like stuck, that's how you force it off. Let's see here. Is there anything else? We want to get rid of that other Office window. Actually, I think we're good. Just go down a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're good. Just hit this here because it's done. Well, it wants to restart. Click close. Oh, there we go. Just close other applications. Come on. Click here again. It's glitching. I already know what's going on because it's having trouble closing this 365.
Exactly.
So go back to the Activity Monitor.
That one?
Yes. And we got to figure out what that window's called. What is that thing called? Click here and see what it calls it right there. It's called Word. Is it? Click here. So find Word.
Go down.
I thought we closed it already, but there might be a separate. There.
That one?
Yeah. Click that X again. Yep. Force quit. There. Now it's gone.
Okay.
Good. We had to force it. Now go back to Safari. That. Now click close other applications. There. Now it's going to restart.
Great.
Yeah. So maybe it's a good thing you stuck around.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't necessarily know how to force it.
Exactly.
So sometimes you get major programs that just get stuck.
Yeah.
So Activity Monitor on the Apple allows you to see everything that's running under the hood and close anything out that you don't want running.
Okay.
Now I can finalize doing the software update.
Okay, great.
So yeah.
Feels like a fresh start, at least.
It will be. So so some of the things, you're going to have a few new features. You're going to have a few buttons moved around. It's sort of like buying a car. It's sort of the same model, but it's a few years newer.
Yeah.
So you get some extra features and things have been moved around. So you might get, like, where'd this button go?
Yeah.
Well, some of what they've done is combine some of those features. So that's why sometimes people get lost and frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of the times people get intimidated, not because they lack skill, but because there's 5 ways to do something.
Exactly.
And you get lost.
Yeah.
On the phone, that isn't the case.
Yeah,
it's so compartmentalized. You go through an app and only an app.
Exactly.
You have 5 venues to do anything on a full computer.
Okay.
Yeah, so people beat themselves up unnecessarily, mainly because you have more than one way to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, this is going to restart. You're probably going to be stuck here another 5 or 10 minutes, but then everything, it'll ask you to log in. So you're going to have more cloud access. It's going to add features to the cloud.
Okay.
So it might ask you to log into the cloud again. Yeah. And then, does your husband also have an Apple?
He does not.
Okay, so his 365, it works for both platforms. That's why I was wondering.
Okay.
But I was just wondering what kind of status his hardware might be in.
So, because I purchased my own, I can get my own on here now.
Yes.
And even if I'm on his account from before, I can just...
No, you want to pay attention because there's 365 integration. So like he's on Apple. I'm sorry, you're on Apple, he's on Windows. So he's got 365, which is also a cloud backup service. You already have the Apple iCloud. So you don't necessarily need to use the 365 to back up your content.
Yeah.
So it could get confusing if you're using his Windows machine.
Yeah.
You want to pay attention to whose cloud account you're using.
True. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So if you're going to use any other house computer, pay attention to whose account is signed in. Just so that your file doesn't go uploaded to the wrong cloud account.
True.
I mean, you just get lost in where it went.
Yeah, completely.
That's another argument for having physical backups.
Yeah.
And those hard drives are $50 a piece for a terabyte, which is twice what that thing holds. So.
So I have one that I bought at the Apple Store probably
Yeah.
10 years. I mean, it feels like it was a long time ago.
I
So
tell
do they get out
Yes.
of date too?
Yeah, so a mechanical hard drive, even if under light use, it's a motor, so it's like a car that doesn't get driven. Those
Yeah.
parts can fatigue. You get rubber parts that get brittle over the
Yeah.
years, and you really want to keep them moving. So whether it's sitting on a shelf or it gets used every day, it ought to be used regularly.
Yeah.
So regardless, it should be retired every 3 to 5 years.
So if I have one of those that has photos on it, what do I do with it?
Well, is it Time Machine, or did you manually drag folders over to it?
I don't remember now.
Okay, do you remember plugging it into the computer and having
Yeah.
it say, do you want to use Time Machine?
I think they probably told me at Apple to use Time Machine because that
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
Because that's the most encapsulating way to
Yeah.
back up an
Yeah.
Apple. So, I mean, like if you're really geeky and you want to just do a manual backup, you can. But even I like Time Machine because it's an all-encapsulated backup of the entire machine.
Yeah, so you don't have to do anything. It just does it for you.
Yeah, and then when you plug it into another computer, one, you can either reverse back it up to the new machine, or you could piecemeal it and just grab one folder at a time. That's the cool thing about it. You don't necessarily have to extract the entire backup.
Yeah.
So
if I brought that into you,
yeah,
what would we do with it?
the hard drive?
Yeah.
We'll plug it in to see how out of date it might be.
And you would help me
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah, so when
How
you
to-
plug it in, you can ask to update it. If you've decided that it's basically this content but out of date, you just tell it to update the backup to Time Machine, and then just continue to do it. And then at your leisure, spend another 50 or $60 on another one,
Yeah.
and just interchange them once a week, once a month, whatever.
Yeah.
And that way you always have one available.
Okay.
You put one in the safe, in a deposit box, wherever.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyone who's earning a living off their data, or if they're sentimentally attached, you really need to have your stuff physically in two
Yeah.
places that's not your active drive.
For me, it's just the photos because that's basically everything is
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of out in space now.
we
It
don't
feels
print,
like
yeah, most people don't print
Yeah.
their photos anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all up there in digital land.
Exactly. And that's always the concern if the computer crashes is
Right.
if you can get your photos back.
Right. So what's our oh, it jumped a bit. But technically you could run up and leave, but I think it'd be best just to do this, right?
Yeah.
Kind of trapped you here, but at least now we get to make sure you're going to leave with a working machine.
Yeah, exactly. It's really frustrating to not
Yeah.
be able to use it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about how the program might have stopped it from restarting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's another glitch that might have been because it didn't get updates for 4 years. Yeah, the bigger the update, the more it has to think.
Yeah,
And the more
exactly.
potential for things to break is.
Do you like my husband's always like, why are you using the Mac? Because the PC is more...
I spend equal amounts of time on both. Like I
I
have,
originally got the Mac because I used to do iMovie and stuff a long
Right.
time ago.
Yeah.
And then I had kids and just
right,
didn't have
you
time
lost,
for
yeah,
it.
right.
So it was more of the creative stuff that I had time to do back then. Now
Right.
I don't. So I'm wondering if it's necessary. I'm not really sure. It's more user friendly.
If you've been earning a living off of this and it's just your comfort zone, there's
Yeah.
no reason to go to Windows.
Mhm.
I use that Mac Mini all the time, even though my PC is right there. They each have a different service for me. I mean, right now these days, Like if I needed to drag data off of your Apple, I would need that Apple to do it because the Windows doesn't know how to see that storage.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with Apple. I spent a lot of time on it. I used to have a laptop that finally, I think I gave it to a friend because hers died because I just didn't need a portable Apple. But you stick with what you're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Don't change it because it's not like buying a new car. Stick with what you're comfortable with because it takes years to get comfortable with either Windows or Apple if you've spent a lifetime on one or the other. Mm-hmm. So you're going to notice a few things are going to be a little different. It's like, where'd that go? Mm-hmm. And all they did was move it a little bit. And that's on the same platform, just updated.
Yeah.
So
I just need to be able to find the Microsoft Word easily.
Right.
So we can put that at the bottom again.
Yes. So when you start a program, what it does is put a little dot on it when it's running. Yeah. And then if you want to keep it there, you hold the control button down, right click, and pin to the dock. Mm-hmm. That's your right click. You know you can right click on this thing, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, so the menu items that come up, if you hold control, or what is it? Actually, it's either control or option. Yeah. But you hold that button when you right click, it brings up the menus like it does on Windows. Yeah. And that's when you get options like pin to the dock. Yeah. New folder, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Pin to the
dock.
Dock. So the dock is the bottom bar?
Yes, that's all those buttons, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I noticed your system preferences is missing, so you probably accidentally it's pinned by default out of the box, but you might have accidentally closed that out. So and then we got that warning that said that the original Office that you had installed from 2011 is not going to work anymore, which is not a big deal since you've already installed. Yeah. Oh, that was the other reason that didn't install. Is probably because it already had this Office installed, the later version of 365 installed.
Right.
I don't know because I wasn't there when I saw it when the error message came up. But I think this is pretty much the bulk of your issues. Is your phone up to date too?
Yes, that's up to date. Luckily.
Okay, cool. Do you use FaceTime and all that stuff, all the cloud features and all that, or iMessage or FaceTime? Yeah. That's another thing. Like, if you needed help and I wasn't available to you, you could FaceTime and show me the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I tell a lot of people just because they can't articulate what they're seeing on the screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even as articulate
language
as I think I might be, I'm not necessarily able to understand what's going on, even if I think I know what's going on.
Exactly.
Show me a picture. Oh, that's what that is. So FaceTime has made my job a little easier. Mm-hmm. And just makes it easier for everyone to be a little more expressive.
Very handy.
Yeah, so when you go to Microsoft.com, you'll be able to see what your new features are and tie each 365 install to a different device. Mm-hmm. So how many kids do you have, or how old are they? Are they old enough to have a computer?
They say they don't use Microsoft.
They don't need Office?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
They use Google Docs now.
They're using Google Docs for everything. Okay.
It sounds like it because I was asking my 14-year-old to help me because I know that they do this stuff all the time.
Do they have Chromebooks? Is that what they're using?
Okay, so my 5th grader has a Chromebook. Yeah. But my 8th grader has a Mac. Right. And she didn't know what Microsoft Word was. Okay, so she's using. You can use Chrome. Yeah. Google Docs on an Apple if you wanted. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting.
Yeah, so you got Microsoft Word, which has reigned king for 30 or more years. Mm-hmm. Chrome has been around for like 10. Mm-hmm. And then Apple had their own competing Office suite, but it never really caught on as far as the major Office space. So we're down to 22 minutes, and we should be good. So you got the one Mac, your husband has his Windows PC, and your other kid has a Chromebook. That's 4 machines.
Mm-hmm. And then my other one has a Mac.
Got it. Okay. So you might want to consider making sure she's up to date.
Just in case.
Yeah, because if she doesn't up to date, like if they're the same age, you're going to want to do this update on hers too. Yeah. Because things are going to stop working and she's going to think things are just broken.
I'll ask her if she...
Yeah. Well, now you see how that works. Monterey is the latest. Her software, if her hardware is even just a year older, it might not go that late. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
I'm gonna have to ask her for sure.
Yeah.
They're very good at updating their phones.
Right. Well, because
the new generation of kids, they want all the features.
Right. For a lot of people, a phone is a computer replacement.
Exactly.
Like I got elderly clients that never needed a computer. Their smartphone is all they need.
I know.
20 minutes, yes.
It's funny. You said this was 2015?
Yes.
It feels like I felt like it was only 2 years ago that I got it.
I think this body style didn't change much.
Yeah.
These MacBook Airs didn't change much from year to year. Yeah, time's been flying. I think technology artificially makes us believe time passes faster.
Yeah.
Because of how fast these things change.
True.
Because this technology, technically a smartphone for what it is, didn't exist when we were growing up.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, Netflix in my pocket. I used to fantasize about those Casio TVs when I was little.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the idea of getting a television signal in my hand was a fantasy.
Yeah, that's funny.
But I grew up on vintage hardware from the 70s, my stereo and stuff.
Yep, I remember those.
Yeah, big fancy hardware from 1976.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids that plugged my stereo into the TV before it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Before surround sound.
Oh, that's funny. What year was that, do you think?
Probably the late 80s.
Yeah.
As soon as I physically figured out how to do it.
Uh-huh. That's crazy to think, though, how much it's changed since then.
Right. Surround sound, we're doing everything wirelessly.
Mm-hmm.
Got our telephones replacing everything else. Remote start using your telephone. We'll see where it goes.
Did you use the tech wipes to wipe the screen? Is that the best thing?
I use sunglass cleaner.
Okay.
Because if you got a $500 pair of glasses,
yeah,
the microfiber is going to be delicate enough for both your glasses and the screen itself. Okay. And then that mild, whatever the spritzer is,
okay,
that'll be mild enough. Okay. Yes. And make sure you don't spray the screen because you don't want it to drip down under that bezel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always spray the cloth. And make sure it is a true damp enough not to actually drip into the screen.
Okay.
But that's why you do it that way.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But that's also, don't ever use Windex because there is a film you can't physically see, but it protects the screen. And I've seen people wipe the film off and then it's ugly. And when the computer's off, it's like, oh God, the screen's been abused.
That's not good.
So yeah, never use Windex or any harsh glass cleaner.
During the pandemic, I was using those hand sanitizer wipes on my phone a lot.
Right.
And it ruined it, I'm pretty sure.
Well, my phone, the first thing I did, I didn't even ask T-Mobile to do it. But as a service, they just add a little film in front of it. Yeah. Because to minimize the chances of me crashing the screen. It's like, okay, well, if you're not even going to charge me for it, go ahead. Yeah. But, so it's a film of plastic so that the glass itself isn't actually exposed to the elements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then does that get scratched? Because my daughter had one on her phone, and it was all scratched up. But she was like, "But it's not the phone; it's the cover." But I was like, "It looks bad, though." Right.
Yeah. Like this is got a plastic film over the screen, and I do drop it, but I also have a big screen cover all over it. So if it hits, it's got a big rubber around it. Yeah. I don't trust myself with an empty phone. Exactly. Yeah. It amazes me the number of people that don't have any covers around their phone. It's like you just spent $1,200 on that thing.
I know.
If you drop it, that's an expensive piece of glass.
Exactly.
17 minutes. I wonder how the audio is. Let's see how we are. We are live. I don't see anyone chatting. Let's see. Yes, we are live. Audio's good. Yeah, and anyone whose quality can make themselves a public figure without even much effort. It's just before you used to have to know someone.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
My daughter, during the pandemic, started a phone case business.
Yeah, what?
Phone cases.
So
right. She would make them. She actually made them. She figured out how to make them.
And she's selling them on Etsy?
She made them, and she bought a postage meter and everything, created a website, and then she posted videos on TikTok. Right. And it took off really fast, fast that we eventually had to shut it down, but she had 100,000 views.
So she couldn't keep up with the orders.
Couldn't keep up.
Right.
We fulfilled everything. It was a family run thing every day we ended up having to do, because we're like, okay, you could get maybe 5 orders a day. Right. That's manageable. Yeah. Then it went to 25, 100. Right. And there were so many that we just ended up having to shut it down and fulfill the orders and close it for a little bit. But we're like, maybe we'll start it back up. But it's funny what social media can do. And if you have a good idea and it's aesthetic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead and tell people I exist and they'll get their free conversations.
Yeah, somebody told me about you guys a long time ago.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah, I've been at it for about 8 years alone.
Yeah, I don't even remember who I heard it from.
That's an embarrassing part about my job, because it's like, oh, so-and-so recommended me. Oh, who is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you probably get really engaged and busy, doing all this.
I get so focused. That's why when I go to lunch, I try to go to lunch before I get busy, because if I don't, I'll miss lunch. Yeah. Then I don't get to eat till 3, and then my dinner is all screwed up.
And then it's also hard to think. Too,
right. No, at the end of the day, I realize, yes, my mind has burned so many calories just figuring everything out.
Exactly. That's very taxing.
Yes. And then I'm kind of wired at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have to go home and just shut yourself off from electronics?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, technically, I'll watch, unfortunately, TV on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least you're not in there
fixing
things and
no diagnosis.
A checkout.
No, I'll find some geeky documentary on either YouTube or Netflix or Ustream or whatever. There's a lot of interesting stuff. I'm a geek in all sorts of aspects, but yeah. I want to just get something that doesn't make me want to think very hard.
Exactly.
12 minutes? Is that? No, 14. All right.
14. It seems like it's slowing down. Is it?
It's a huge file. Yeah. That's a huge update. You're 4 years out of date, and it's an update that's huge. So, yeah. That's the other thing with your daughter. Make sure she's backed up to the cloud. Mm-hmm. Like, you got 2 terabytes. I don't know if she's paying for hers, but you have it backed up to the cloud.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, out of the box, these things aren't backed up.
Yeah.
You got to check that box.
Okay. Backed up to the cloud. Office subscription.
Yeah. And LastPass. Put LastPass on your phone to help you with your passwords.
Yeah, I did it, and then let me just.
Well, you got the keychain that's built into the Apple, but it's not as easy to use.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, if I were to show you, log in. Oh, I haven't logged in a while. It's gonna make me. Oh, there we go. So these are passwords I've had accrued over the decades. Mm-hmm. So if I really needed to, I can just go in here, view, and then, more fields. There we are. What's my password? What view did? Oh, show. There we go. So it shows me the password for that account.
Okay.
Keep updating it. So if I'm not at home and I don't have access to anything but my phone,
right,
I have access to my logins. You know, I usually get at least one straggler that shows up in the chat and says hi. I don't see anyone. It's also live on Facebook.
All in the name of Christmas cards.
Yeah. Right.
which everybody struggles with this time of year. You've got all this other stuff plus then that.
Right. Just makes it easier for everyone to be able. Yeah, I think I got my audio settings just perfect. That was a struggle. Trying to get my mixer just where I needed it.
Yeah.
So that we can be picked up, because the last thing I wanted was to, can I strap this microphone to you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, there's me saying hi to myself. There we are. It is working. Where are we? 17 minutes? 11 minutes, yes. And then you should be good.
That's great.
What time did you get here? About 12:30?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
See, this is something that was in an email. What
who
is
sent
this?
it to? What is it? Or who was sending it to you? Can I see it?
My husband's dad. I'm like, should I open that? Is it something to be seen or just like a random thing? Is that the actual?
I think you made a mistake on his end.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to send it's probably a joke or something. Does he normally send like documents?
He does send jokes.
Yeah, so I don't think.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you made a mistake.
He's getting older, so
Yeah,
that happens.
That's all right. It's probably not even his fault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
9 minutes.
It's working hard.
So if I take my computer home and I get inspired and I want to just clean it up a little bit,
yeah,
I can drag those on my desktop, drag anything to the trash.
Yes.
And then I could, just because I don't know how to do it faster, if I go to documents, I could just drag things to the trash that I know are old.
Well, what I'd recommend is doing Time Machine first, so you can be more confident about it.
Okay.
Because if you make a mistake, you can refer to it.
Okay.
That's the other thing. The reason they call it Time Machine is because you have an opportunity to undelete something from a mistake.
Okay.
So, yeah, get it backed up, and then you can get all click happy with the deletions.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more time. What
Sure.
is the device called that you back it up to?
A USB hard drive.
USB hard drive.
I think every computer in the house should have at least one.
What's the little thing that you put in? Is
That's
that
that's a thumb drive.
thumb drive?
They're cheaper, they're smaller, and they're slower and less reliable.
Yeah.
So don't get a $30 USB stick when for $20 more you get an actual hard drive.
Okay.
They're a lot more reliable.
So USB hard drive and then back up to Time Machine.
Yes, and it'll literally ask you when you plug in, do you want to use it for Time Machine?
And just click yes?
Yes.
And then it does the work itself?
Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And it'll
takes
take all
almost
the
no
photos?
skills. Yes.
Great.
All the folders that most people care about.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, say, replace this piece of hardware, you plug it in and there's a way to do, like a data migration assistant is the utility that does the reversal. Okay. So you plug that back into a new computer. Yeah. And then it can just proliferate all the data back onto the new machine.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
So back it up, and then you can go through and just start dragging to trash. Then you want to empty the trash so that you get that memory back.
Yes, so that way, back up, and then you can start deleting things. Computer might be a little faster, but you still have a lot of space available. Mm-hmm. But my point is, clean up just for the sake of cleaning up.
Exactly.
After you're backed up, so you don't have to worry about making that mistake.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And those drives are so cheap for what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
$50 for backup.
Does it come as like it's just a unit, or was it going to ask you for how much space you need on that?
So this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
About the size of a guy's wallet.
Yep.
This is actually a giant one. This is 3 terabytes.
Yeah. So it's going to ask you how many.
Yes. Well, it'll format it for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And what happens is that because it's Time Machine, and gives you multiple opportunities from the past to refer to a mistake maybe, it basically fills it all the way up.
Yeah.
So the bigger the drive, the more history you can save.
Yeah.
That's
so
all.
is there a minimum drive allowance?
Basically, that's a 500.
Okay.
I don't think you can buy them less than 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think the smallest drive you can now buy is a 500.
Okay.
It's easy to accidentally buy a terabyte just because that's what the most common size is.
And that's big.
Well, this is a 3 terabyte.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought that about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was only less than $200. So,
wow. Okay.
yeah. That's just more storage than I ever need. I mean, technically speaking, I use this for both Windows and Mac. There's tricks you can do, like split them in half.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to confuse you with doing that.
Okay.
Just have your husband get his own for his Windows machine.
Yeah. Hopefully they take care of that for him. That'd be good.
Oh, so his is a working computer?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so they've probably already got him set up.
I think so.
Hopefully their IT department has it
exactly.
set up exactly how they want him to work. Almost done.
I'm excited to have
5
a
minutes.
working computer.
Yes. I'm guessing it's just going to ask you to log into your iCloud account afterward.
When is the next update due then?
Well, that just came. Monterey was only available 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's the newest.
Yeah,
so
and I think it'll be the last software update for this version of this hardware.
Yeah.
Because it's already 6 years old. Which is, I mean, to Apple's credit, that's a decent amount of support.
Yeah.
6 or 7 years has been basically like if this thing were to have hardware failure, I would say take your money, don't pay hundreds of dollars of my labor.
Yeah.
Put it towards new hardware.
Yeah.
Because that after 5 or 6 years, even if in perfect condition, if the software is not up to date, you can't reliably use it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. I gotta block off that mirror so that doesn't all reflect. Let's experiment with this. Let's see here. Yeah, still washed out, but oh well. Experiments. I have no history in Hollywood. I have no experience in Hollywood production, so this is it's a new skill set.
Yeah.
Almost there. Where's my phone? Hey Siri, what's the weather tomorrow?
Expect some clear skies tomorrow. Daytime temperatures will hover around 63 degrees, with overnight lows around 54 degrees.
There we go.
Weird weather this year.
Well, I mean, the wet weather.
Yeah, I like it. Just there's just been zero sun. It doesn't feel like it's been almost hardly any sun.
It's been a month of dull clouds. Yes, tons of fog the last few days too.
Yeah.
Just the last week. Let's see. 3 minutes. Then you're good. All right. Almost there.
So close.
2 minutes.
It's going to be a minute in a second.
Yep. It's going to restart, and hopefully everything's going to be good. Yeah, sometimes even a brand new piece of hardware will be a year out of date. Like, it won't necessarily come with the latest that's available.
Really?
Yeah, so a lot of times when I tell people they're to come to me to help set up a new computer,
yeah,
I do what I would call dealer prep, where I make sure the latest software is on there.
Okay.
If it's appropriate, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But oftentimes I don't want the customer to deal with having an update in 6 months because things just stop working.
Oh my gosh.
Because those updates can sometimes, like there's a new Windows that just came out. It's not necessarily appropriate.
Yeah.
To have Windows 11 shoehorn itself inside of Windows 10.
Right.
And then things aren't working properly.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because the update's not that kind of big.
Exactly.
But yeah, it gets frustrating.
So if you get a new computer, then
there's less for me to do on an Apple than there is on a Windows computer.
When you get a new computer, you open it up and it looks fresh and clean, very organized.
Right.
Then how do you get it's just an iCloud or the backup? How do
well,
you get
for an Apple, it's real seamless. And it's a little more clean because with Apple, part of why you're paying a premium for the hardware is because you don't have all that trialware, all that, the Dropbox, the free version of McAfee or Norton or whatever that crap. Apple doesn't do that.
Okay.
So one of the things I do with a PC is totally wipe it clean, and I'll put a fresh copy of Windows in there.
Yeah.
And it's only Windows.
So you don't have to worry.
And then I'll walk you through putting Office back on there. If you really want to pay for virus protection, we'll do that. And then your cloud service, whatever you're using to back up to the cloud.
Against my daughter.
Go for it.
Hi. I'm on a computer lesson. Do you need me? Yes. Do you need something? Do you need anything? Yep, I'll pick you up when you're done. Yes, I gotta go. Are you good? Okay, bye. She's the one that refused to help me, and I know she knows stuff.
Well, she probably just these little glitches.
She doesn't have the patience. I'm like, just show me how to do the new software program. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, now you see what the glitch was. You had to shut down a couple other apps.
Yeah.
That were in your way.
Okay, so back to that question. So when I get a new computer, it's going to look fresh and shiny. If I put in my Apple ID, does it automatically pull up all your files?
If you check that box, yes, there's a box that says bring it all down.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now it's doing something.
But again, when you do that, it's kind of an all or nothing sort of backup from the cloud.
Yeah.
When you do the time machine to the hard drive, you can piecemeal it if you wanted.
Okay.
You can grab one folder if that's all you wanted.
Okay.
You can't do that with the cloud. That's just the way Apple iCloud does it right now.
Exactly. So if there's a bunch of junk on there you didn't really want, you could just take what you want, what's important, and just trash the rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to stand up for a second and let this do it. What would happen if I accidentally knocked the cord out? Would it stop the whole process?
No, you're fine because it's got a healthy battery.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wanted to make sure because you were down to like 20 or 30% battery.
Yeah.
If it were an unhealthy battery and it needed to be plugged in, then you could potentially corrupt the installation, potentially losing data, potentially it could potentially be a hassle. But yeah, that's why you want to make sure your battery's always healthy. The other way to maintain a healthy battery is to not be afraid to unplug it. And once a month or so, just make sure you drain it without it being plugged in.
Okay.
That'll help maintain the longevity. It's just like a phone.
Like you don't want it plugged in every day, all day.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's bad for any battery.
Yeah.
Yes. Exercise it. Yeah, I can have these conversations all day. That'd be fun. Just eventually with the chat filling up.
I'm trying to think if most of my work is in Word and I'm creating documents or something. If I wanted to organize those, it's been a long time since I've tried to organize. Like say something was 5th grade school stuff, and something was 8th grade school stuff, and then I had like Christmas party stuff.
So you want to put those folders on the desktop?
Folders,
yeah,
or like within your doc, because right now I don't have any folders.
Yeah, so
or minimal folders in my.
When we restart, I'll show you how to do that.
Yeah.
You right click and you go new folder.
Okay.
And then you name the folder, and then you start dragging stuff into it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And that gets all calculated in the cloud too. So
that is exactly what I want to do. I want to clean it up, have it really tidy. I'm going to delete all the things I don't need.
So there's a Files app you can put on your phone for the iCloud. So you can see this is the desktop for my Apple here. I can see the content on my desktop. So you can put the Files app on your computer.
Yeah.
I mean your phone, and see the desktop content from the computer.
Oh wow.
So yeah. There's one in the folder for pictures of cars.
Okay.
So that's, and then you got subfolders of other cars.
So for example, the only way I have my addresses is on here. But if I needed to like be like, okay, I'm going to the post office, I can pull it up on my phone.
Yes. So I can literally open up any image or a document. So like you could put Microsoft Office on here also.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So if you have a document you don't want to lose formatting, you'd want to put the 365 software on the phone also.
Okay.
So that way when you did pull a document up from anywhere on this computer, it doesn't lose formatting. Like if you tried to open up a Word document in like the basic Notes app or whatever, it's not going to look right.
Yeah. So just through the App Store?
Yeah.
And then you would just do the regular login and you have access?
Yes.
Oh.
You log. That's one of those 6 devices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I just chose the personal
I don't know if it includes an Apple iPhone.
Now. I was like,
you can try it and sign in and see how it behaves. At worst, you spend the extra $40.
Yeah.
Or $30.
Right.
And that includes. Yeah, so this Files app is an app that doesn't come on the phone. You have to add it.
Okay.
But it is part of the cloud that shows you the content of your other Apple hardware.
It's just called Files?
Yes, and it's literally the icon looks like a folder.
Okay.
Let me see what it looks like in the App Store.
Oh, look. Yeah, like there?
Yeah, that's it. So because you've already been backing up that way, you're going to be, there you go, there's your content. Okay. Oh no, that's is that it? Did you actually have that installed already?
I don't know.
Does that look like stuff that's on the desktop now?
Yeah, it's all those photos.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can use your phone to view that content if you don't have your computer with you.
Okay.
That's our ETA. Don't have a timer now, but it's almost done. I think that's the last time it's booting. Same thing with an iPad. If you needed if you were going to use an iPad, you got an iPad is basically just a bigger phone.
Yeah.
Except that you can also do phone calls on it.
Yeah.
With FaceTime and all that.
Yes.
Come on.
So you basically just take appointments, like if you think it's, so people can call and just see what your schedule is like.
Yes. That's why, like, if you wanted to show up at a later time without pinning me down, it's like, well, give me some sort of warning, find out where I am.
Yeah.
I'm usually booked up for the same day or the next day, but if you want me at any time farther into the future, we just schedule it.
Okay.
Yeah, and most of the work is actually house calls.
Yeah. And so what does that mean? You come to somebody's house and
just configuration.
Sit down and just...
Yeah. If your Wi-Fi needs upgrading because the Wi-Fi is not covering the whole property, or maybe you have a printer that's not printing properly, I can't really diagnose a printer issue here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or if you have a Netflix issue because your computer, your TV is technically a computer too.
Yeah.
Just connectivity and setting things up that don't necessarily make sense to happen in this environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of on-site work.
That's great.
Yeah, it gets me out of here sometimes. Like today, I love it being cozy in here, not having to drive around in the weather.
Exactly.
But on a nice sunny day, it's like nice to get out.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially in the summer, it gets pretty hot in here.
I know.
Especially with this door being the only hole in the office. Almost there.
Well, this is definitely going to be worth it. I was sitting there for an hour trying to figure it all out. I was like,
yes.
Saved me a lot of time in the end.
Yeah, and if you need in future conversation, just make a list.
Yeah, I think I will now that I'm kind of inspired by this.
I don't know if you do that for your cars when you need something done to it. It's like a list of issues that your mechanic needs to look at.
Exactly.
Make that list.
Yeah.
This is what I need to be taken care of. Drum roll. We're almost there.
Yeah, it keeps like, it's almost ready, and then it flashes, and it's like, I think I'm ready.
It has to restart and finalize prerequisite updates for subsequent updates. It's
also when you get all those like tons of like, you need to update, I don't know, like little stuff even. You just click yes, just update it always.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I hate to admit it, but Apple and Microsoft, they occasionally make mistakes.
Yeah.
Microsoft's most recent mistake is breaking networking on printing. Mm-hmm. So I had a customer have me, basically I spent all day with her trying to diagnose the thing because I thought it was an issue that was resolved. Turns out Microsoft sent out new updates that made the same issue show up again. Oh so her networkable printers stopped working.
Oh my gosh.
So there's argument for not doing updates immediately.
Yeah, true.
But really they're for security, usually.
Yeah.
So when a customer says, "Oh, I don't like to do my updates," I don't blame you. Mm-hmm. But when you wait 4 years, it puts you in this bind. Yeah.
I can't believe it's been 4 years.
Yeah, I think High Sierra is about 4 years old.
Okay, now it's saying 10 minutes.
Oh gosh, yeah. 12 gigs download. That's a huge download. And then I would just, as a budget, just every 5 years plan on replacing hardware, 5 or 6 years.
Okay. That's kind of a good indication because like I would not have known that. I felt like I just got this computer just because I don't use it.
Well, I get people that want me to fix their 10 or 15-year-old computers. It's like, no, there's no point.
Yeah.
You can't reliably use it.
Exactly.
It's like taking a golf cart on a freeway. You can't.
And how did you find the year? What was that? How did you?
Oh, About This Mac and the
About This Mac.
The Apple logo.
Yeah. Okay.
Nine minutes. Yeah, but now that we're getting to the point where these things are more cloud-centric, maintaining your local hardware is less of an issue. Mm-hmm. But like your High Sierra pretty much didn't have any cloud support. It was mostly all local computer usage.
Yeah.
It didn't have cloud storage.
Exactly.
Access. 8 minutes. And then you're going to have subsequent updates that are really small on occasion.
Okay. And just try to keep up with those.
Yeah. But they're not feature limiting like this one was.
Exactly. I had no idea.
That's why I was asking you if your phone was up to date, because it's the same thing.
It's funny.
If your phone's more than
my kids remind me of that one. Luckily, they actually sometimes put in an update before the update is available, like before it pops up on your phone.
Right. Yeah.
They know about it somehow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So it is public knowledge when exactly it shows up. And I mean, technically, it doesn't always show up exactly at the right time for you versus me.
Yeah.
Because we could be in the different parts of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And a server that I touch is slightly faster than the one your phone touches. But yeah, it's usually available within several hours of each other. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, things are fairly reliable. Like CarPlay in the car, that is notoriously unreliable for the phone.
Yeah.
If you notice it, like me personally, I've got an upgraded stereo. It's not the stock Toyota stereo.
Yeah.
But if the phone rings and I hang up, AM radio shows up. It's like, I didn't tell you to play AM radio.
Yeah, mine does that too.
Yeah, it's actually an AirPlay bug. And it's been a bug for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's with the latest software in the phone, and it's it's technically not your stereo. It's a bug with the phone because the phone is the controller for that software.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, it's like, oh, I thought it was me because it's always been a problem. But now I've recently found an article. It's like, AirPlay or CarPlay has always been buggy.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like it won't play sometimes.
Yeah,
or
it's random.
It glitches.
Yeah. I think part of that is the cable, because it only works through a cable.
Yeah.
When they make it wireless, it'll be a little more reliable.
I feel like it's so shocking that it's through a cable.
Right.
Still, it just seems like that would be the one thing that wouldn't need it anymore.
Right. Yeah, because you know what's part of the reliability is you get crud on either the cable contacts or inside the thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you get primary cables that'll charge it, but then the contact that does the features.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have to flip the cable to get CarPlay to actually work, but it'll still charge.
Yeah.
And that's because I got some booger in there or something that's not allowing it to fully plug in.
That probably happens in my car.
Yeah, so just take rubbing alcohol for the cable, and then take air and blow out the hole.
Okay.
And that might make AirPlay a little more reliable.
That's nice.
Or CarPlay a little more reliable. But yeah, and Android users have the same issue. I don't know what, I guess technically speaking, it's a difficult thing to handle.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's interesting.
The first thing I did was when I bought my Toyota is put a bigger radio in it, so I could have CarPlay, because it just had a basic Bluetooth stereo in it before.
Yeah.
I wanted the bigger screen so I could do the GPS.
Okay.
5 minutes. There we are. Well, I'm surprised I haven't had anyone say hi in the chat. Let's see. Of course, this is off schedule. Yeah, if you just subscribe to me, that'll help me with my...
Okay.
Yeah, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, that'll be big news for me.
Yeah.
That'll be a big step forward.
Yeah.
Because you know how success breeds success?
Exactly.
Then YouTube was like, oh, okay, this guy's not just screwing around totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 minutes. All right. Yeah, sometimes I just like not having to go anywhere in the cold weather.
I know. It's funny. I was saying this is the closest thing to a snow day we get. The fog feels like a snowy day.
I'm actually thinking of going skiing. I haven't done that in years.
I guess there's no snow yet a lot of places.
I don't know. I thought I heard that there was some snow on Big Bear. Let's see here.
Maybe locally, like close by.
Yeah, Mountain High, Big Bear.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, is there snow in Big Bear?
No, I don't think it's snowing in Big Bear City right now.
Oh, and of course, if it's going to rain instead, then the snow's not going to stick. Hey Siri, is there snow in Mammoth?
No, I don't think it's snowing in Mammoth, Arizona right now.
Wait, Mammoth isn't in Arizona. I thought that was California. Is it on the border?
I don't think so.
Is that one of those border towns like Tahoe?
I didn't think so.
Hey Siri, is there snow in Tahoe?
No snow in South Lake Tahoe as far as I can tell.
Really? Hey Siri, what's the weather for the next 10 days? Hey Siri, what's the weather for the next 10 days?
Looks like there will be mostly clear skies and rain for the next 10 days. Daytime temperatures will start around 64 degrees and eventually fall to 54, with overnight lows between 43 and 57.
Well, there you go. It's rain and dreariness. 2 minutes.
My kids love rain days. It's funny.
Right.
They're true California kids. Because they don't get that very often.
Yeah, have they ever played in the snow?
Yes, when we travel, if we go to Colorado or something, yeah, it's huge for them.
Yeah, I was born and raised in LA, but my family's in colder parts of the country.
Yeah.
So I've at least visited the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, I skied as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All the locals. I think I've skied every mountain in California.
Oh, really?
But I've never skied anywhere else. Is that 1 more minute? No, 2 more minutes.
It's close.
Almost there. Where's our drum roll?
Yeah, I grew up in Indiana, so you wake up some days and it'd be snow and you get the day off school. That's exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the country I just want to visit. It's because I'm so jaded with their no weather mentality here.
I know.
So spoiled. It's nice to experience seasons.
Yeah.
That's why when I went to Scotland a few years ago, I met a girl online, and she says, I want seasons. Los Angeles sounds boring.
We get a little season.
Our weather changes.
Trying to tell my family, I was like, we wear coats.
Yeah, yeah. When it drops under 60,
yeah.
And they giggle like you
where they are
right.
Feels warm, right?
Right. Yeah, they're looking at us like, you think 50's cold?
I know.
I don't think I'd want to deal with having to shovel my car out of the snow, though.
That's
every day
miserable.
for work. Yeah.
Well, we used to live in New York in the city, so you would walk so far to get to work and stuff, take buses and subways, and in the winter, the snow and the slush turns black, so you can't tell if it's the street.
Oh, right. So you have black oil,
so
black
you will
ice.
step into it, and it'll be like a foot of wet slush.
Right.
But you can't tell if it's a street or wet. It's miserable.
I've never been to New York. I got family in Pennsylvania, but that's the closest I've been. So 1 minute. A minute left. Sorry, didn't realize it would take quite this long.
It's okay. It's at least I'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot faster.
Right. Yeah. You should have to see me maybe once every 6 months, and then it's a smaller visit.
Yeah.
Or make that list, and when you think you have a hiccup that's going to get in your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Make that phone call.
Almost done.
Less than a minute. Less than a minute. Yeah, I figured San Francisco is foggy like this 2/3 of the year.
I know, he's funny. I've been thinking this week it feels like San Francisco weather lately.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, I was up in Sacramento, and I'd never taken the one down. So I drove over to San Francisco and just headed south. That was a perfect day because the weather was clear.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, Big Sur, I'm expecting to get all sorts of fog.
Exactly.
It was one of those days where it was just perfectly clear.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was. I wish I brought my bigger camera and had more time to stick around.
Yeah.
But I was kind of on a mission. There it is. Log in. Just spend 2 minutes playing around with it. Confirm.
It's nice to see a screen.
Yes.
Oop.
Oh yeah, that's all. See, that's all new first time stuff. Now you get Siri. I don't think you had Siri before.
Just continue.
Yeah.
What's this?
Go ahead and delete it. It's some weird software.
Should just go
move to trash. Yeah. Move to trash.
Uh-oh.
Looks like your kids were screwing around.
Okay.
Barnaby? I don't know what that is.
No idea.
So like now from here I would tell you to log into Chrome so all your favorites can be stored in the cloud. Oh, that's right. So you probably had an out-of-date version of Chrome. Yeah, click here, the start button, or not the start button, the top part, but yeah, right there. Get rid of these, close those out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's just see how up to date this is now.
I didn't find it.
Help. And about this, about Chrome.
Did that just go?
It's going. I'm just guessing it's out of date because it hasn't been able to update.
I don't even know what Snap Camera is. I think if my kids put that on there.
Yeah. Snapchat, is that what that is? Yeah.
They put it on, so sometimes when I do Zoom, there's a filter, and one time we were trying to do a parent conference on Zoom, and it was Mr. Potato Head with moving mouth, and we didn't know how to get it off. So I don't know, like, they put it on there. Should I?
Yeah, so that's...
Should I put don't allow? 'Cause I don't need it.
Don't allow.
I don't need it. I don't know. I think they used it one time on here. It's definitely problematic because I don't know how to turn it off.
Almost there. What's this? Is Office now trying to update?
What do I need
There,
to do?
just click that. Options. Allow.
If I want to, I don't know. I think my husband put these folders. If I need it, so I know I have a couple important documents here. If I need to put them in a folder.
Yeah, so so here's what you would do. You right click, so to right click, it's either control, is it control? Yeah, throw, and then new folder.
And then push this button.
In the new folder, yep.
What do you call this?
A touchpad.
Touchpad.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So now you can start dragging stuff in there.
And how do I want to title it. How do I?
Oh, so you right click on it and go rename.
Okay.
So, yeah, right click again. There you go, rename. Call it what you want.
Okay.
So now you can just drag stuff in there.
Okay, great.
Why is that taking so long? Let's close this out. Let's just. Why is this browser? Okay, you're signed in. Oh, so control, watch this. I'm going to go show options and then keep in the dock. So now Chrome's always open.
Okay.
So yeah, Chrome, help. I don't actually want help, I want the about Chrome, preferences, oh I bet, oh it's right there, under Chrome. Come on, why is this taking so long? Oh, there we go. Now relaunch, so it was out of date, it couldn't be updated.
Okay.
So now your Zoom meetings might be more reliable.
Oh, great.
I can't tell you for sure if that's what one of your issues was, but now it's got. So you say you use Chrome, right?
I use Safari, but I'm going to start trying Chrome more.
Okay, so let's make it the default then. Use Chrome.
Okay.
And that's the other thing. So you got, if you turn on sync, like I said, you can keep your favorites and things in the cloud.
Okay.
Sign in. So now when you add favorites and things, like I have, oh my screen's not up. Bookmarks, show bookmarks bar. So you don't have any at the top like I did, but you can just drag things over there. Like if you go to Google, oh, that's your home page. So if we go to Google, oh, there we go. And then you just drag this lock, and now it's a shortcut right there.
Okay.
And now that history is now forever in the cloud.
Okay.
Because I told the browser to sync all your settings.
Okay. So, okay, where do I find Word? Microsoft
Word? Okay, so if you just type Word up here. Then you'll be able to pin that to the dock too. It's right there.
So how do you pin it?
We'll start it. Okay, right click on it, which is Control. Yeah,
Okay.
now Options. And then keep in the dock. There, now it'll stay there. So now it's telling you it's running because of that dot.
Okay.
When the dot's missing, it's not running, it's just a shortcut.
Okay. So, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really what I need.
So now we fixed the ultimate issue, right?
Yeah.
So now Office
great.
is working.
Let me just, does this mean I need to sign in to be able to use my actual documents?
I think no, not to actual. You know what? You might not be able to edit. Oh, so this is the outer date. Yeah, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
It's not the newest version.
Okay.
See, with 365, it's the latest version of Office always.
Yeah.
So this has been dormant for 4 years.
So how do I get the newest one that I just purchased?
The updates somewhere. Click here.
Okay.
Options. Allow. Okay, so go to File and see if updates are available through there. It's in there somewhere. Go to Word. Or go to Help. I forgot where the updates are. Check for updates. Check for updates.
So 2016 will automatically turn into 2021 that I just purchased?
Oh, is that what it is? It might not be 365. When this got installed, you might have a history of another purchase. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, so this is that one-time version.
I think so. So
Okay.
I want to get the new one that I
Got
just
it.
purchased.
So you purchased 365. This is the Office 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's different. Okay, let me see this for a second.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I purchased 365.
I think what's going to happen is, let's do this update. It's a little update.
Okay.
It'll make it more compatible with what we're about to do. So you're going to go to Chrome again and log in your Microsoft account. .com. We'll probably be able to confirm that 2016 purchase. So click up here and log in your Microsoft account. That little 8-person. There you go.
So the one that I just created to buy this new.
The 365, yes. Okay. Now type your password.
Say signed in.
Sure, why not?
Say password.
Good. So now if you click this icon again,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to Microsoft account, and then let's go to your purchase history, which is somewhere right here. The payment and billing. Yeah, go to order history. And then make it save forever. So to go to, all available. Okay, so there you go. So you get this, oh, that didn't work. Apparently, oh, did that not work?
I have no idea.
Okay, so when was this done?
I think this is the last time I tried to do it, and I
What's
maybe
the date
ended
on
up
this one? What's the date on this purchase?
2021.
Oh, okay, so December. Oh, so this is the one that did work. So at some
Yeah,
point.
that's the one I just did.
Okay, so
This is probably the last. So I bet my husband ended up. I remember trying it and having
Yeah.
problems, and then my husband gave me his login or
Right,
something.
got
and
it.
I ended up getting it through him, I think.
So there, now you at least see the history of purchases you've had with this account.
Okay.
So it looks like you did 365 at some point in the past also. So go back up to the top and hit, we'll find this order details. Actually, what we want is manage subscription, I'm sorry. There we go. Now there's going to be an install link in here. Where is it? Where's the install link? Manage. There we go. Install, where is it?
There it is.
There, good. Keep upgrading. Click install. No, so what's going to happen is it's going to download. This is what your downloads folder is really used for.
Okay.
It's going to download it into the downloads folder. And that's what we're waiting on down here.
Okay.
It's a 1.8 gig file.
How do you find the downloads folder? Where is that?
So that's going to be in the Finder, that little icon there.
In the Finder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you're going to find a list of all your major folders.
That's where I'll download things and have no idea how to find them.
It's the downloads folder.
Okay.
Mostly, unless you otherwise say so.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got to wait this whole 1.6 gigs more.
So.
So this should just overwrite the 2016.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So then, will I need to delete that, or it'll automatically just?
I think it'll automatically delete it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll upgrade it basically.
Yeah.
And then we had to delete the old one that's just 10 or 12 years old.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice just to make sure that is current,
right.
And then I'll be good. And
yeah, because if you interchange versions of software, like if someone else had the latest version, and you have one that's several years old, you lose formatting potentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then what would that be that has a 5 on it?
That's the utility that comes with Office that updates the individual apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Okay.
It's potentially that each one of them can have its own little update.
So later on when I get them, I should click on that and just follow it?
Yes.
Okay.
Half a gig. There, sweet.
Great.
Yeah, and then every once in a while check to make sure your trash doesn't accrue a whole lot too, because that can build up space. Take up space, I should say.
How do you empty trash? If you put a bunch of stuff in?
Right click on it and then empty trash.
And it's control.
Yep.
That'll be nice to know how to right click.
Yeah. I actually defaulted. There's a way to turn it on so it's always available without doing two hands.
When I was looking at my storage, it said trash. I think it might have been clicked where it will automatically empty it.
Well, I was talking about the right click on the mouse because I have cerebral palsy. There's a lot of stupid little dang symbols, hand gestures they want you to do.
Right.
And I think I should be able to use my computer one-handed.
Yeah.
So you fully enable the right click if you want.
Yeah. How do you do that?
You go to the settings and then the mouse pad or the trackpad.
Okay.
Yeah. Like on my Apple, I can right click without having to. Well, this automatically has a second button. But it automatically.
That is annoying. It's hard because if you're not proficient, I don't know all of those things anymore.
Right.
I think I used to know them when I would use the PC, but not on this. This one is a whole new beast of things you have to know about.
A whole collection of new options.
And all the kids are learning about, they're like so proficient now because they're teaching it so young in school, starting early, like 3rd grade. Okay, I'm almost done, so you can.
That's all right. It's all right. I only have one more. It's almost like the work slows down in this sort of weather too.
Yeah.
Everyone's mind just kind of shuts down. So I don't feel like working that hard today.
So true. Sometimes if I need to go to the Apple store or anywhere that is usually busy, it's nice to go on a day like today.
Right. Yeah, the Apple store.
Because people don't want to go do things. Right.
They don't want to drive in this weather.
Yeah.
Gigs, 1.8.
Okay.
There, it's done. Double click it. There you go. Hit next or continue. Continue. Agree. Install. Close applications and be in, yep. Type your password to log into the whole computer.
Be like a new computer after this.
Well, a little more functional, yeah.
There's nothing more frustrating than when a computer, you need it and you can't get it to work.
Yeah.
How you need it to work.
Well, especially if you don't know what to look for because you don't recognize what's not working or why it's not working.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, okay, well, you're 4 years out of date. Well, if you're not a geek.
I had a feeling when I saw is like something about the update, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you need a more modern.
And I remember thinking, like, if I haven't updated it in a while, I know it can be a problem. Here's a question.
Yeah.
If I was working in a 2016 Microsoft Word, should any document that was under like maybe my husband's subscription, it'll automatically be in here, right? It doesn't. I don't have to find it someplace.
Well, so your actual content isn't tied to that subscription.
Okay.
It's just like if you didn't pay for the subscription, it wouldn't let you edit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh no.
What?
39 minutes.
Oh man.
Do you want me to take it home and
That's fine. No, I don't think it's gonna. I think that one's a lie. I don't think it's actually gonna take that much time. That's actually a lie. Office usually doesn't take. Let me see what we did to our space. Click the About This Mac. The Apple logo.
I just moved to 22 minutes.
Go to storage. Yeah, see, it's dropping fast. What I want to make sure is we didn't actually eat up too much space. And it's still calculating, it's not accurate yet. So like at your leisure, if you decide the content in the downloads folder is no longer needed, that'll give you another 10 or 20 gigs.
Okay, so you're saying to delete the downloads, but if you don't save that someplace, it deletes the downloads.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There, so that looks accurate. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Does that gray tell us what that is? Just as other, right? System data. Yeah, oh well, bummer. Alright.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, go to manage. You can delete stuff from there too. So, automatically let's reduce clutter. This will tell you what this is here.
Yeah.
So these are old,
so the iPhoto is a lot.
Yeah, that's a huge significant part. Oh, there's your Office 2016. That was the download.
Would you delete that or?
After Office is installing, we can delete both of them, and then that'll give you another 4 gigs.
Exactly.
So these are basically. See, there's a snapshot download.
So would you?
I would delete all those after. Let's wait for Office.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get 70 gigs just in documents.
Yeah. And then if I want to view, like, if I don't know what, like, her.
Oh, it shows you over here. They updated that, so now you can see how much storage is being used. For each of that.
And if I don't want the music tied to my computer because I don't use it, is there a way to?
Yeah, there's a checkbox in the cloud. So it looks like you got some downloads for the phone that are sitting on the hard drive. So I don't know, I get 3 gigs worth of media creation.
Oh.
You get a lot of mail.
Oh my god, I know.
Did you back up your phone to this machine?
I don't think so.
You don't plug it into the computer?
No.
Yeah, I'll move it aside and see how done we are with the Office install. Click here. 3 minutes. Yeah, see, I didn't think it was going to take as long as it.
Yeah, that's great.
That was a lie.
That's a good lie.
Yeah. No, it's not actually going to take 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just start it, make sure it's working. About a minute. About a minute remaining.
And what is this? The Macintosh hard
That's your
drive?
actual hard drive, yes.
So what would
If
that,
you wanted
why
to
is that on
browse-
my desktop?
That's a shortcut to browse sort of the same folders as the Finder,
Okay.
but it's in a more raw image. Like if you
Okay.
double click on that,
Uh-huh.
go ahead and double click on it and I'll show you. It'll show you all the folders in your whole user account. So go to users. So go to your Cindy, Cassidy. There you go. So there's your main folders that you care about.
Oh,
It's just another way to
Okay.
visualize it.
never knew that.
And if you needed access to like those more detailed folders
Yeah.
that you saw
Mm-hmm.
for technical reasons,
Yeah.
that would be another way to access it.
Okay.
1 more minute. Come on.
That's a long minute.
Yeah, I guess it is. Come on.
Computer's like, I've been through enough today.
Yeah, right. This is it's a major thing. You probably haven't worked this thing this hard in a while.
know.
Yeah, so I guess your homework is to buy at least 1 hard drive.
Yeah.
Just do a time machine backup.
Yes.
Because I hate to sound like a downer, but all hardware fails eventually.
Yeah. little engine that could. Like,
right.
He's like chugging along like, I think I can do it.
Oh, yes. All the little worker bees kind of moving things around. You can delete this one. That's why I got the No Bozo logo.
That one?
No, the other one.
That one?
Yeah.
Just take it to trash?
Yep. There. So you don't accidentally click on it and wonder what it is. And that was the old Word logo.
Okay. That's the new one?
Yes. I think it's going to get an update though because this is quite not done. Not quite done.
Like, why is maps up here? And
oh, that's a new feature, right. Yeah, those are new features.
Why would I need that up here?
That's the GPS. Click on it. Let's see what kind of desktop features you get with that. It's new maps, continue. I'm not sure why you would use it on a full desktop computer.
Yeah. Is that something I would move to trash? Like
no, well, if you wanted to, yeah. But it is basically more features. It's the same maps that's on the on the phone.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not going to be used as GPS.
Okay.
There, now we're good.
Close?
Yep. Move to trash. Good. Okay, now try this again.
This one?
Yeah. There, see that icon just changed?
It did?
Yeah, you see the icon updated. So it updated that in-place install.
Great.
So now you got the new software.
Okay.
So we upgraded from 2016 to 365 today, the latest and greatest.
Okay. So now there's an update. Should I just do that later?
You can. Next, continue, read every word like a rockstar lawyer. Click optional data if you want. It's waiting for you to check one of those.
Oh, yeah. It's an optional.
Sure. Let them make it a better product. Next, done, continue. There.
Okay.
Now you got the latest Office.
Yeah. Open.
With the latest macOS.
Great. Yay.
There we go.
Really quick, last thing before we go.
Sure.
Should I try to, I don't need, what did I say, music? Or was it taking up a lot of space?
So it's giving you the option to click on music and then you can hit the delete button. Click open music.
Is it pulling
Click start.
from my phone?
It might be if you've got it signed in for that, yeah.
Okay, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Do you know how I...
Click songs. Yeah, so there's a checkbox somewhere that'll allow you to remove all that.
Oh, wow.
Is that all that's on your phone?
Yeah.
So it's syncing your phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need that to do that.
Yeah. So somewhere in there.
Okay.
I don't know by heart because I don't use Apple Music.
Okay.
But it's in there somewhere.
Great. So I can click out of all of this now?
Yes, because Office is done and now you have a history of all your Office purchases with that account.
Great. I'll do that when I get home.
Cool.
Okay, great. Thank you. Just in time. I gotta go pick up my daughter.
There we go.
And how much do I owe you?
We'll call it an hour. That's $100.
Okay.
I think we started just before I played with the camera. So.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I get to go home and figure out.
Well, now it's all working.
Yeah.
Where to start with work.
Exactly.
You wanna do a card?
It's like at the editing.
Yeah, I'm just going to manually put it in here.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where is Square? There we go. There we go. What is it? Manual entry. That's what I was doing. All right, there we go. Month is 3 digits is.
It's hard to
Got
read.
it. Found it. Billing zip code 90.
90266. Yep.
That didn't work.
It didn't?
No, maybe I typed it wrong.
Here. Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, let me look at it again. Let's go there. Oh no, delete that. Oh, that's cool. Manual entry. My swiper doesn't fit with this case.
Mm-hmm. 1124.
And then 3 digits.
248.
I might have read that wrong.
It's hard. It looks like a 3 sometimes.
That might have been it. That
Yeah.
kind of worked. I must have mistyped it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll make my list
Sure.
and do my homework.
Sure.
And I'll be back
Thank
to
you.
see you. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Have a
I'll
good
subscribe
day.
to your YouTube.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Oh, well, there we go. A day in the life of me. Oh man, we've been on for an hour and a half. All right.